Welcome, my darling pretties, to our Beyond the Dawn of Business podcast for pretty, empowered female entrepreneurs. It's time to step into your power, pretties. Lift each other, support the squad, and choose a life filled with the autonomy and freedom to live your dreams. I'm your host, Dawn Beth, owner and founder of Beyond the Dawn digital business brand and agency. My coffee is hot and my eyelashes are on, so we are ready to go. Hey, and welcome to this episode. I am so delighted to be talking to you today about the social media equation. It's not really an equation, it's a sum. But, I like to call it an equation. It feels more aligned with what it is. And I just really wanted to talk to you guys about it today. So we all know as business owners, we need to show up on social media. We know that we need to be out there with our outward visibility practices, and we need to be doing all of the things that we can to be attracting our ideal client to us so that we can do everything we can to nurture them and grab them at the right point in their journey for us to be able to help them. We all have people whose lives we want to make easier, but it's not their job to find us, it's our job to be found. Now, over in Social Pretties, in the BTD Social Pretties free group, we are having a challenge, which is just my favorite time of year. If you're not already in there, I will pop the sign up link in the description below. Please do come and join us. It's a free challenge. Every single year we do it. People learn things that they can use. I've got people who have been messaging me just recently that have taken stuff from last year's challenge and ran with it and really been able to do some amazing work and just make some more money based on what we do over that week. It's a really, really enjoyable, fantastic time. And I'm just so excited, just so excited to be able to run it again and to be able to offer prizes to the people that join in and just give lots and lots of free support during that week. And it's to celebrate us opening our audience attraction, which is our signature course, which we bring out every single year, which teaches you how to have a really significant impact on your lead generation for your business using organic social media. And it teaches you everything from content creation to which platforms perform best, what types of media works where, how the algorithm works, and all of that amazing good stuff. And of course, since we ran it last year, so many things have changed. This happens to me every single year, and I sound like a broken record because every single year we talk about how so many things have changed and there's so many new features, but there are so many new features for us to discuss this year that I just can't wait to get stuck in. It's going to be really, really exciting. So in terms of our social media, in terms of our lead generation, in terms of our messaging, there are general advice and there is expert advice. And the general advice, which I think we have already dispelled in Mythbusters previously, would have you be making 7 pieces of grid content per week. And they would just have you posting consistently. And I heard recently there was this really amazing peer of mine, somebody who has been in the social media space for a long, long time, has been a guest speaker for Social Media Examiner, and just somebody that I've looked up to for the longest time, suggesting that you should post every single day twice on your social medias in order to really break through that know, like, and trust and get the amount of views that you need on your stuff. And that just blows my mind. But we're not going to include that. We're not going to include that. We're just going to go off the bog standard general advice. So if you don't have the opportunity to write something down right now, don't worry. Perhaps you want to save this episode and re-listen to it at another time, just come back to it and do that working out. But I would love to give you the opportunity to kind of work something out for me and for yourself so that you can bring awareness to what general advice would have you do when it comes to your social media campaign, right? So I want you to think about how many social media accounts you have that you want to show up for your ideal clients for. So if you have a Facebook business page, then you count that one. If you have an Instagram, then you count that one. You might also have a Facebook group, so you count that one. You might also have a Twitter, so we'll count that one. You may also have a LinkedIn, so we would count that one. And that's without looking at reels, stories, guides, articles, or any of those additional things. And that's just within social media. That's not any of the other outward visibility practices. I'm not going to overwhelm you with everything, but that's just those ones, right? So say, for instance, you just had those ones, and we're not even talking about stories. We're not talking about reels. We're not talking about any of those other good things. We're just talking about news feeds and grids and just the standard posting stuff, yeah? So say you did that and you had your 5. I want you to then times that by the general advice, which is 7 times per week. So 1 post on every platform, every single day, every single week. So however many platforms you have times 7. So I'm going to use 5 as the standard number. So Facebook page, Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn is my 5. So I times that by 7, and that gives me 35. I know you'll all be so impressed with the maths, but I did work this out before I started recording. So don't be too impressed, because that wasn't mental mathematics that occurred just then. I probably shouldn't have said anything. I should have just taken credit. But hey, if you're sat there with a calculator right now, no judgment. You're in good company. So 35 pieces of content per week is the standard minimum expectation for you to have a good lead generation for your business on social media. That's just a week. So then in order for you to get a monthly figure, you need to times that by 4. Which works out at 140 pieces of content minimum per month. Now, I just want you to think about the last time you wrote a post on Facebook, or the last time you shared a picture on Instagram. How long it took for you to create that one piece of content. Okay? If you're sat here listening to this podcast and you are a batching master, or you know how to repurpose to a degree where you can just whip this content out over and over, then I applaud you and I congratulate you. But for the majority of female entrepreneurs that I come across, they haven't got those things in place yet. They're still posting and praying, or they are just doing that famine and feast thing where one week they post every single day and the next week they post nothing at all. Now, the problem is that 140 pieces of content, if you are not an experienced content creator, is a massively overwhelming amount of stuff to do. It's a decent amount of stuff. If every single post took you 15 minutes, then you would be looking at 2,100 minutes, which is 35 hours a week. I feel like I should drop my mic, but that would just make a massive bang, so I'm not going to do that. Now, I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want you to be sat there going, oh my gosh, this is awful and it's not possible. It totally is possible. Okay, it's totally possible. One of the things that we teach on audience attraction is how you can create the right amount of content for your brand consistently to make sure that all of your key messages are going out to your ideal clients and you are naturally attracting people to you rather than forcing this complete content mill where it is just an overview constantly of you giving a full week of your month to sharing on social media. Now, there are ways and means to do it that we do in terms of just creating these amazing ways for you to really know how to simplify and batch and repurpose. But there's also a lot in terms of making sure that the messages that you do share are really impactful. And we use a lot of psychological selling. We use the theories of aesthetics, and we combine this amazing group of modalities to really create this impactful structure for you to be able to truly reach the right people for your business. So have a little think about how much content creation you are doing in your business right now. How can you streamline it? How can you batch it? How can you take those numbers down?
and think about whether it is worth considering ways in which you can just make it simple for yourself and make it easy for yourself. One of the things I really love to do is I love to look at that number and think, okay, so 35 hours in my business, if that was 35 client calls, how much money am I losing per month by assigning that to my content for additional leads, for lead gen? Lead gen is by far the most important thing you can do with your social media. Connection and lead gen, that's the bag, that's the jam. But at the same time, there's so many different ways that you can do it to make it so much easier for you so that you can be out there actually making money rather than losing money whilst trying to onboard new clients. So have a little think, see how that sits with you. I would love for you to let me know what your number is. Come and join us in the free group for our challenge. Our challenge is just one of those amazing weeks that we have together, where we have the opportunity to really look at everything that we're doing. Do come over, come and join us. We would love to see you. I will pop the link to the free group in the description. Come and join in. There's a lot of really good stuff happening, and I just can't wait to get to know you and to support you in figuring out how you're going to make this work for you and how you're going to make your messages really, truly impactful. All right, my darlings, have a fabulous day, and I will see you next time.
If you're loving our Pretty podcast, come on over to Social Pretties, our online safe house and sisterhood community. It's a safe space where female entrepreneurs connect and thrive in a warm, welcoming fold of pretty amazing women. You'll find an easy redirect in the description, and I can't wait to see you in there. And depending on where you're listening right now, we would love it if you would click subscribe or follow so that you can be the first to know when our new podcasts come out.